Welcome learners to Mining and Modern Capitalism, a mini lecture which corresponds with pages 74 to 77 of Technics and Civilization by Mumford. More closely than any other industry, mining was bound up with the first development of modern capitalism. As we look at the origin of mining, we're taken back to our previous mini lecture where the impact of a captive workforce was discussed as a factor in the lack of technical development in the industry of mining. Germany was one exception to this, where free men were entering the mines as early as the 14th century. These miners were working on some type of a share basis where they shared in the profits of whatever they were able to mine. And Germany was producing Western Europe's experts on mining. There were Germans who went to England and other countries to share that expertise. Soon, though, this share basis gives way to something bigger and more exploitative to the worker. Mumford writes that by the 16th century, mining had definitely set the pattern for capitalist exploitation. As we look at the results of capitalism on mining and mining's impact on capitalism, we see that two things we want to discuss here with the results of capitalism. One is absentee ownership. The second are some of the characteristic features of 19th century industry which were brought about through mining or impacted mining first. First of all, absentee ownership was brought about because the need for more capital led to the admission of partners who contributed money instead of work. And so we had an absentee ownership. And then secondly, mining ushered in some of the characteristic features of 19th century industry. First of these was the division of the classes. You had a working class which was much lower standard and on a much more subsistence level than what we think of as our working class today. You also had the use of the strike as a weapon of defense by that working class against the class of owners, which would be the considered a middle class then, which coincidentally, the middle class, as we referred to back in the 15th, 16th centuries, would have been much more affluent than what we think of as a middle class today. Also, a bitter class war between that middle class and that working class. And finally, the extinction of the guild's power by a combination of mine owners and the feudal nobility during the Peasants' War of 1525. Hope you have enjoyed this mini lecture on mining and modern capitalism. Make sure to answer the corresponding question to this reading on the Learning Session 3 assessment. Also, make sure to complete the assessment where you will be asked to describe the technological complex of the eotechnic phase. Thank you and have a good day.